Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the conclusion of the 2021 Disc Golf Pro Tour season. We are here at the championship. We are here for the final 9 holes, and we are here for some incredible disc golf action. Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri. Paul, talk to us about that front 9.
Wow, I mean, I think it's everything we expected. Aside from Adams +6, we have 3 other competitors within 1 stroke. It's going to be super tight going into this back 9. 3 down, 3 down, 4 down, leading the way by Paul McBeth. Yeah, the back 9's kind of where it starts to separate, though. You have to be on your lines. If you're off in any way, you're going to be scrambling and bogeys will eventually come. So whoever's the tightest, I feel like, has the best shot to take this thing down.
3 players are essentially still alive for this championship. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Starting here on hole 10, par 3, 345 feet. Very strange line here. There's outside anhyzer, there's the inside flip up, and that's really the 2 lines you've got.
Drew goes for the middle upside to flip, and he just takes a wild kick.
We saw him absolutely park this one in the quarterfinals with that same line. This time, not so much. McBeth pulls this one super wide, and does that drop straight down or does that kick left?
It looked like it kind of kicked left. I mean, he missed that by a good 4 feet.
So Nathan, opportunity to throw a good one here. He goes down the middle. An interesting thing here is he just throws an absolute beaut. That's what this FD3. He lost his Thunderbird practicing this hole earlier in the day and was almost late to tee because he was looking for it for so long. Ends up choosing a different disc, and it didn't affect him in any way, it seemed like.
Look at this.
2 days in a row, Adam has taken that outside flip-up sidearm line, and it's outrageously impressive. That line is so difficult to hit with the right angle, right speed, and right flip.
I think Paul's pretty fortunate to have just a straight line right at it. So he must have caught a second tree to have a pretty nice lie there.
That's definitely getting away with a little bit of fortune there as McBeth kicks left. That is not a spot you want to be in. Drew's going to have an obstructed par putt from 28 feet.
Yeah, really a great second kick from keeping him from going way right. The farther right you go, the nothing you have.
Nathan, oh no. And that's 2 putts in the last 3 holes that he had an opportunity to take a stroke on the leader and did not capitalize. Actually, it's 2 putts in the last 4 holes. It was on 7 and now here on 10.
Big putt for par here. Little bit obstructed, straddle putt.
Yes.
Heart.
Perfect.
Those are the ones you need to make.
Yep. And that's the stroke, the pace, the accuracy, everything right there was right on point for Drew. Paul walks away with a par as well. And so it's going to be a par frame here for our final group of the season.
Really tough hole 10. I mean, really tough to get all the way up there. You saw Nathan throw just an absolute dart and still was left with just outside the circle. Hammis throws it into the circle, but then has a kind of a tough putt from circle's edge with a bunch of stuff in his way. Hole 11, par 4, 651 feet. One of my favorite holes on the whole property. I mean, just throw it dead straight with your best disc. Land in the middle, and you'll have some sort of upshot into a pretty well-guarded green, but super fair hole.
Yeah, I mean, you see that tee in the middle of the fairway there. That's a difficult hole. It's an awkward angle from that position, and that's where a great drive lands. So essentially, you're throwing a great shot to get there, and then an even better shot, honestly, to get to the green. Drew high, hyzer, turning over. Hits.
That's your typical mistake, is something too understable that flips around the corner and then catches those guardian trees. He's lucky not to kick right.
He's got this turned over quite
Same
a bit.
thing, yeah.
Does this hit anything, or is that?
Yeah, it hits off a tree and then gives it a little afterburner boost right in the middle.
That's living clean. Another absolute pipe dream shot from Queen. This man is throwing beautiful shots consistently.
All the time.
And at a certain point, this event seems like the best of the best find, oh boy. Adam said he was going to throw that one as far as he could and just didn't. Just hadn't had it. Just hasn't really had. He hasn't even had the opportunity to really have fun with not being in contention. You know, like not being in contention is not fun, but then like you at least get a chance to throw some good shots like this one. That is an insanely good third shot. Wow. But yeah, this event is so brutal in the way that you can feel like you're out of it so early on. And for Adam, he felt like he was out of it maybe even after hole 2 and certainly after hole 3. And it makes people crack under pressure. And so at a certain point, when a player like Nathan Queen, who's never won a big event, is in this situation, you feel like eventually you just expect some kind of slip.
Yeah.
Drew Gibson, some kind of slip. Yet here they are throwing great shot after great shot. It's really impressive, the stamina that they have right now. That's too much Anheuser for McBeth. That's going to slide through, and fortune smiles upon him once again. He's going to have a short putt for birdie.
Yeah, Nathan puts it right in the circle there. That's a great putt for Adam. Now he's having a little fun. In order for Drew to get to where he is, as we watch this slow-mo from...
Slow-mo? What's a slow-mo?
Slow-mo, that's what we want for Adam right there.
Yeah, of course. We want highlights.
But he had to do like this weird little 3-step run-up to throw it 400 feet to here. That was crazy.
That was an insanely good shot. We kind of glossed over that, and I apologize, but that was outrageously good from Drew.
Oh, that tree will win. I promise.
The Drew is stout.
The tree would maybe feel it.
Queen for birdie. Yes. High left. It catches. And finally, that putt from right around circle's edge drops for Queen. He had a nice one to start the round on hole 1. And
fortunate to get the slide through to here and puts it on the stripe. He ain't going to be missing those, folks.
No. That brings him to 5 down. Drew will be 2 back now and still squarely in the competition. This tournament almost, this event, this final round event, really honestly, if you stay in the competition, if you're in contention, it really doesn't even start till you get to 13, 14, 15. That's when things really get exciting. If you can birdie hole 12, it's exciting, but it's such a difficult birdie that you expect pars. And you can almost only mess this hole up and take a bogey. But par is a great score in this hole. 550 off the tee is what you need to be able to put yourself in position. Don't go left, don't go right.
What's he smiling about? Smiling because he's about to nuke.
He's smiling because there's not a headwind today. And there was
this drive.
Yeah, well, he's smiling about that too. That puts him in position for the turnover back in.
That was smoked.
Yeah, that's perfect. This is a really, really hard hole for Queen. He has good distance. I think he underappreciated distance. He's not elite level, but the second shot really is a backhand Anheuser favored shot, not so much a lefty hyzer flip. And so even if he had thrown to where McBeth had thrown it, it's a harder shot for him to get to the green. As Drew's drive is going to hyzer into the woods, that can get nasty in there.
Nice little placement shot here from Adam. All hyzer. That's fine. That's all you need. All right, a little breeze.
Yeah, and look at this. This is a tough shot to get to position.
Yeah, he's got to throw that 360 feet
Look
to
at
get
the
in.
angle. Look at the flex, and look at the position that lands in.
Yeah,
That's elite level shot.
yes.
Made it look so simple too. Go. All right. Yeah, that's
typical.
you just got to see how the hole's played by most everyone who plays it.
Yeah, exactly.
60 feet for birdie.
Yep, you're like, "Ooh, I think I did it." And then
No,
it's like,
you
"No, you didn't.
do
I
it.
promise you didn't do it."
Drew pitches out, and I think that actually made it down to the bottom. McBeth an opportunity here to get a 2-stroke lead if he can get up there for birdie.
But that is the way you have to do it. You have to barely hug that as you're pushing straight.
Oh, man.
That's a bad kick, though. Now he's going to have sidearm roller.
I mean, he was inches away from making the shot perfectly, and that has too much angle. McBeth's going to be 60 feet short for the par. And Nathan Queen, after that fantastic setup, is going to have a tap in for par. And
He's going to be possibly tied for the lead, unless Paul can make it from the shrubbery from 60 feet.
he probably will. That's just a McBeth thing to do.
It is. It would be a McBeth thing to do. This is a kind of an Adam thing to do, make it from here.
But his hat didn't fly off. But his hat doesn't fly off anymore with his hair being kind of short and I don't know. I miss the old days of his hat flying off.
He would have made it if it was like not on a high rise. So they learned how to Adam proof the course.
And just put it up 4 feet higher. So McBeth will take a bogey, and that little tree that he hit right on that's the tree that's on the edge of the fairway. That shapes the entrance to this gap down the tunnel. I would wager McBeth was 2 inches away from being up there putting for birdie. That was a 2-stroke swing just like that.
Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest, and he believed it was possible. Guaranteed Rate is a mortgage lender who understands the power of belief, because if you believe, you will.
Another great opportunity to give a moment of our time to Guaranteed Rate, as well as Johnsonville and all the huge sponsors that stepped up and brought this incredible event to life. And what an outstanding monumental achievement for disc golf. $250,000 purse. Hole 13. This is when the fun begins, Paul. Wow.
Nathan again with a stripe show. I mean, a little off with his last drive, but that's shaped perfectly, and he's going to have another putt, circle's edge, or birdie.
It's funny. That's the most open hole in the course, and it's the first time that we've seen him throw slightly errant. Drew, that was close. It just didn't quite have enough hyzer out of his hand. Really tough backhand mid-range to throw with righty hyzer.
Better to kick left than right on this hole, though.
Absolutely.
Paul's been throwing this shot so well today. Hyzer flip, pushing left.
That's his Undertaker. And once again, he has thrown a beaut. A good roll. Edge of the circle. That is awesome. 3 players separated by just 1 total stroke. Five and a half holes to play. This is this is awesome. Drew Gibson, early tree kick. He's probably 75 feet away. Oh, yes.
Second one of the round.
Oh, my goodness. No way.
Slow-mo, small Anheuser. center.
Oh,
I mean, at this point, like
he's had
all
two
of these
those.
are all of these are must makes. I mean, with Queen putting, Paul putting, they're all tied.
Wow.
Talk about applying a little pressure to this guy. I mean, it doesn't seem like he feels it, but
Look at the way he walks. Do you think that man is feeling anything besides just confidence in his game? Not a chance. Nathan, after 2 huge putts, did he get big putted or can he step up and make this one? Oh, yes. Wow. Just barely able. I mean, that really is Nathan Queen's putting style to a T, why it works. He's got so much up and down motion to it that even sometimes when it hits weak side, right side chains, the disc doesn't know what else to do besides just drop straight down.
no, he makes a lot of those. He makes a lot of left side, right side, corner pocket catches just because the speed's right.
If he gets the height right, it most likely is going in. So huge, huge birdies there for our 3 leaders. Hole 14, par 3, 415 feet. This can end any one of these guys' days. Early tree kick here could be devastating because this hole is relentless. If you put it close, though, this is an opportunity to gain a stroke on the other 2 guys as well. Look at that gap. And look at this shot. Oh, my goodness.
Needs to hurry. Never mind.
So good.
And he should have been closer than he really is. I mean, that's another circle's edge knee knocker right there.
Nathan from an hour and a half away. These woods, not necessarily this park alone, but these woods shape this man's game, and it's showing right now. Drew, that is well short. That's going to be outside circle 2 again. But he made the initial gap, so par has been secured. So mission accomplished in that regard.
Look at this shot. Drifting.
It's just as not a right-hand backhand hole. That's just incredible. That's beautiful
elite.
shot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Adam trying to do a little better than yesterday where he nearly aced it. Just trying to go for highlights.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, you can go to the course, hit the gap, go down there, end up pin high.
Mm-hmm.
Try doing it at a tournament with 1,000 people watching, 18 film crews, it seemed like.
Yeah.
For the biggest purse in disc golf history.
Yeah.
That's what makes him elite. Because he just does it.
Mm-hmm.
Drew from...
A million feet away again.
Yeah, there's the circle 2, 30 feet in front of him. 20 feet.
He's taking his time. He loves it again. No way! Drew Gibson! No way! 2 in a row! Both outside circle 2. Oh my God, this man is determined. Oh, I love the run in. Oh my goodness. He knew it. Watch your feet in the woods. I get a little anxiety when I see people run in the woods, but that was incredible. My goodness. Oh, maybe it is possible to big putt the man.
I think it is. I mean, that's a...
2 in a row from...
2 in a row from deep.
150 feet of combined distance and putting. Wow. A 3-way tie if Nathan can't make this one. Oh my gosh! How did that one go in? He didn't even use chains.
I love it. I just love it. He's just hugging every basket at this point. I mean, that's 3 putts in a row where he made be hit a combined 2 chain links.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You're going back to hole 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Hole 12, there's no drama, but 11, 13, and 14, Queen barely making him in. Drew Gibson, however, hearting him from 100 million feet away. Unbelievable. Hole 15, Queen now has the lead. Wow. Par 3, 321 feet. The gauntlet, folks, it's one of the most treacherous tee shots in disc golf. I mean,
tiny gap. It looks kind of easy just because it's right there in front of you, but then it's all about this right there. He's through, he's happy, and then anything after that is a bonus.
You're ecstatic. He's parked. That's incredible.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm saying make it through the gap.
Yes.
Bonus, anything after that.
Yeah. Oh, Drew, a lot of hyzer there. That's his flippiest mid-range, and it catches early left trees. He's made the mandatory. He's in the middle. Should be able to salvage the par. Oh, and look how far left that goes.
Yeah, that is danger over there. I've never seen anybody really that far over there.
I can't say I've ever seen anyone go that far left.
This needs to hit something. And he doesn't hit anything.
Yeah,
of course, he's having that kind of day.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Hit a tree, have a close putt for birdie. Drew should just think about putting it from here. Well, he is throwing putter, and that's usually a good thing for him. A pretty good reaction off that tree. If that hits the other, just an inch away, that could be stymied behind the tree, maybe even roll back a little bit. That fought through. He's 27 feet away for par. Look at this. There's nothing there. That's as good as you can do. 30 feet away for the par.
So good.
It's just the guy gives himself opportunities. It's awesome.
But as we were sitting here talking about them, Nathan has a chance to go 2 up, even if he makes this.
Yeah. Paul's got to make this. You cannot go 3 back with 3 to go. Clutch jeans. The putt got away from him on the hole 14, but he's able to save the par here on 15. Drew looking straight into the sun. This is also incredibly important, and it's off the top. So Drew will fall back 3 with 3 to go. If Queen can make this putt from 20 feet. And of course he can.
That one's on the stripe, too.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Last commercial did pretty good, but we got to top it somehow. Hope you guys came prepared with some notes. I don't see any notes. Let's hear your ideas.
Wow. Okay, so Nathan Queen, ladies and gentlemen, 28th seed in this tournament. Over 7,000 submissions of people with brackets saying who they thought would win. Not a single person selected Nathan Queen to win this tournament. That's over 7,000 people that are looking like some chumps right now. If Queen can get through these next couple holes clean, but it's asking a lot. There's 3 holes to go. He's got 2 strokes on McBeth, and a bad tee shot here could be disastrous.
You thought the last tee shot was tight? The route that Nathan has to go on this hole is ridiculous. Super tight.
Okay, he's got it and needs to miss these last ones. Oh my goodness. Nathan Queen. Does that do it? Does that seal it? Does that? I mean, Paul has got to put it close. Okay, that doesn't seal it. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm a little excited right now. That shot was incredible. But in that moment, to step up and do that, that's the biggest tee shot Nathan Queen has ever thrown in his life.
Yeah, left to right drifter, so much touch accuracy, and then to get by the trees, I mean, this is a must.
Go. I think it came up short left. This is looking good. Oh, the last one around the corner that you can't see off the tee. Good shot. Drew's got it with three back, 3 to go. This has got to be down there. This has to be a birdie. This is
Flips
inside.
up. Yeah, 2 inside.
Oh, and no.
Yeah, fights through. I mean, there could be something in there.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of upshots end up. When you're short, you
Yep.
kind of have to kind of play into there. So there are routes in there to run it. But here's McBeth conceding another stroke.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to run it super aggressive and go by and take a bogey. Drew, this has to go in. Are you kidding me, dude?
Ever.
What is going on?
He goes, I don't know.
That's MJ against the Trailblazers in 91. Just turns to the fans and shrugs his shoulders, says, I don't know how this... Look how that thing was fluttering in circles.
And by the time it went in, it was just perfect.
That is... I've never seen anything like this in my life.
The fight this kid is having right now is I've never seen anything like it. We've seen Ricky and Paul have their battles where they're making long putts, Conrad making long putts, but I've never seen somebody go 3 out of 4 holes outside circle 2 in the finals where he had to make it.
I've never seen somebody go
That's digging
3
deep.
shots outside circle 2 that he made. I've never seen anyone do that.
And then to top it off,
Queen taps and birdie.
Nathan doesn't care at all.
Nathan Queen
Birdie
has 3 shots on Paul and Drew. There are 2 holes left. I don't know if you're a math magician or not, but that's not enough. If he walks away with par, Nathan Queen, barring an eagle, which this hole technically can be eagled, or an ace on 18, technically that can be aced. But Queen right now, he holds the cards. He controls his destiny.
Absolutely.
Get away with a par on this one, and he can just pitch up on 18 and become the Pro Tour champion. I can't believe what I'm watching right now.
Inside left, kick left. Yeah, not the best.
That becomes interesting.
Drew has to go for eagle.
Absolutely.
Here.
With his power and his accuracy, this is a time
And
for
the
him
way
to
he's
shine.
putting, you can throw it wherever you want.
Put it inside 250. You're just going to have a putt from there. He goes right side. Yeah, that's the second longest drive ever thrown this hole next to Ezra last year, who eagled it. That's how you do it.
Paul has the same situation.
Yeah. This is inside. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not possible for him to get to the corner and throw one in from there.
Well, no, I mean, Nathan didn't throw a good tee shot. So these guys still could get birdie and gain 2 if he bogeys.
Yeah.
And then it's one stroke.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is not over in any way until Nathan.
You know that he's thinking, McBeth's thinking eagle. He's not relying on Queen not being able. Essentially, Queen has this opportunity here. If he can, okay, so he's getting around the corner now. It's just a pitch up from wherever lands.
That's a great shot from him. Look at that tiny gap.
All he has to do is get to the corner in the second shot, and it's a relatively easy 240-foot approach to the basket from the corner.
Paul's looking to get around the corner. He's looking high.
Like really high.
That's the height you need in order to get it around the corner, and he catches something up top, catches something else, and kicks him way left. All right, now to the corner we shall go.
Another back to the basket throw. Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to do. He's at the corner. From there, it's going to be a very familiar shot for Queen. In the woods of North Carolina, position 250. That's his bread and butter. Drew. He is in a spot. He's only about 30 feet away from the original tee pad, which is a par 3. You can see the tee pad to the right. Now the angle's a little bit tougher from here. He's got to hug it tight, and unfortunately, that hits a tree.
Yeah, there's a tree right behind the one that he had to get around. If he gets around that, it's possible.
Yeah, there's fireworks.
But he's still up there. He can get a fairly easy birdie from where he kicked to.
And I mean, that, like you said, that could be enough for him. If Queen does not get up and down here, a birdie puts Drew in position where he's one back with one to go. Huge shot for Nathan right
Another
now.
back stance. That's low. Barely missing everything.
Yeah.
Kicks up there.
That
and
slides
that's
up to 20.
20 feet. I mean, we've seen some crazy things happen on this green, though. That 20-footer is not a gimme.
No. And anytime a basket's elevated, the way it catches is different. We've seen some spit outs on this hole in the past. We saw this hole cost Katrina Allen the championship due to putting.
And although Queen has been making a lot of putts, none of them have been the kind of putts that he's going to be gaining a lot of confidence on, really.
Drew does what he needs to do there. He puts that up close. That'll be a very similar distance to Nathan's. And Paul has gone long. That's a do or die. He needed to make that.
Paul's done for now.
Yep. So with Drew a short putt away from getting the birdie, Paul needs this from 30 feet just for the par, and he's out. And now it's written in the books. And now he's essentially doing what Adam's doing, just trying to get out of the way. And I mean, that's not what he's thinking in his head, of course, but that's...
All right, big putt here for Drew. If he makes this, he can apply whatever pressure there is to apply with Nathan right next to him.
Yes. Okay. So obviously he was looking for the three, needed the three to really put the pressure on Queen, but the birdie's in, and that could be enough. It is certainly no gimme.
Biggest putt of Nathan Queen's career right here.
No doubt. Goes through his routine. Okay. And it's on. He is cool, calm, and collected, but inside his head, he knows he is just 486 feet away from the biggest payday of any disc golfer's career, aside from our FPO champion earlier in the day. $30,000. I cannot believe that. I cannot
Unbelievable. And he's a 28th seed.
0 people picked him. And here he is with a 2-shot lead and 8 down. His scores have improved each round. He has played essentially a 4-round tournament. And if this were a 4-round tournament with all the players,
Drew had to make that, and that's turned
I should have
over.
talked during that time. I'm just so impressed by what we're seeing with Queen. But yes, that was a must-make situation for Drew. If this were a 4-round tournament with Nathan's scores so far, I think he wins the 4-round tournament. That's it.
He's calling it out of He's calling it out of his hand. I love this because there's no hold back.
Yeah, he could have thrown a mid-range off the tee. He rips driver. Oh my goodness. Paul's obviously, he's going to go for the ace as well. And your 2016 Disc Golf Pro Tour champion, Paul McBeth, will come up short again this time, but he's going to break the single season record for biggest payout ever in disc golf history. Had he won this event, he would have surpassed $100,000 of earnings this season alone. Nathan Queen, however, on the flip side, is hammered. Adam Hammis's forehand is just an absolute bazooka. Nathan Queen's career totals are 70,000, and with winning this event, he will clip the 100,000 career earning mark with this incredible win. Also of note, 147 career events for Nathan Queen in North Carolina for a total of $27,000 earned in this state. This one event in North Carolina, he's going to break all of that with $30,000.
And he did it by just stroking it down the fairway.
Those stats are provided by Statmando. Thank you, Dion Arlen and his crew. Nathan Queen, thank you.
Yeah, that's Queen to F7 checkmate.
Yes. And he is turning the Queen City into Nathan Queen City. It is going to be a party tonight for a king of queens. What an outstanding weekend. What a week from this player who has never won a tour event. Obviously one of the best players in North Carolina, and he has been for a long time, but now the whole world is singing his name.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hornets Nest Park in Charlotte, North Carolina, the proud host of the 2021 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships, hosted and presented by Guaranteed Rate. This is your 2:30 p.m. tee time for men's Pro Open Division, rounding out our lead card from Kernersville, North Carolina. Please welcome Mr. Nathan Queen.
Sponsor Guaranteed Rate, Disc Golf Pro Tour, all of our staff and all the disc golf fans around the world. Please join me in crowning Nathan Queen, the 2021.
Making it to this final day from the 28th seed, I finally got to where that seed didn't matter today. Just got to let it fly open, and look for me next year. I'm feeling good.
I've seen a lot of disc golf in my life, and I have never seen anybody throw it better for such a long stretch of holes with somebody. He birdied every hole that Drew threw in from 80 feet and more. I mean,
13 through 16. Look at that stretch.
Unbelievable.
Look what he did for the rest of the card on that stretch right there. Some of the hardest holes in the course, and he was just puring every shot in the most stressful of all possible events. Nathan Queen emerges as the champion.
Yeah, if you don't think that our field is not full of the craziest talent ever that there's ever been in disc golf, you've lost your mind.
I believe there was 12 unique champions on the Elite Series events this year. Unbelievable season. I can't even begin. There's not enough time to talk about what this season means for disc golf. The greatest season in the history of our sport. Thank you to the Founders Club. Thank you to the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Thank you to the PDGA. Thank you to everyone who had anything to do with this season. It's one for the books. It's sadly over. There's going to be an off season where we're going to be putting out content, but not from Pro Elite Series events. That will begin next February in Las Vegas.
Jerm,
Paul?
It's been an absolute pleasure.
I'm not crying, man. I'm good. We're good.
doing this with you.
It has been, man. Thank you guys so much. 2021 it's in the books, folks. We'll see you next year.